Hey guys, welcome to Grow, Preserve, Eat. Today we're going to be canning up some sweet and sour sauce with some fresh pineapple. If you are interested in doing pineapple tidbits on their own, there will be a link below to my blog post going into detail about that. But today we're going to work on this sauce that can be used as a ready-made meal. Pineapple is a great thing to look out for in the stores today, or around this time of year. It's usually cheaper. I got pineapples for about $2 each. So if you're someone who likes pineapple and you like sweet and sour sauce, now's a good time to go ahead and get some canned up. As far as this recipe goes, I actually found this online. I will also link the original blog post from that person below as well. So for this recipe, you will need some tomatoes. I have crushed tomatoes that are from my last harvest last year. I have onions, green bell pepper, and of course our fresh pineapple. You also need some sugar, some white vinegar, and some clear gel. My clear gel I've already put together with half a cup of sugar for later on. Before I get chopping my onion and my pineapple up, I went ahead and started warming up my glass jars. This is a water bath recipe, so I went ahead and filled my pot up with hot water and placed my jars in there, and now they're just over high heat, coming up to a simmer. Pretty good.
Oh no, that's great.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You cut out all the little thingies. You don't waste as much that way. Instead of cutting really deep into the skin, you just cut little troughs in it and just take out, because they line up in like a diagonal, so you can just kind of run your knife along it and make these little like shallow cuts. Otherwise, if you try and go take it all out, when you take the skin off, you'll just lose a bunch of it. So I have my onions and my pineapple chopped up, and I am just going to throw them all into this pan along with the tomatoes and the green peppers and get that simmering. So while this heats up, I just wanted to have a little point about clear gel for those of you who aren't super familiar with it. For things like sauces and pie fillings, clear gel is the preferred thing to use over cornstarch or other thickeners. It's really just a modified cornstarch. I don't know the process that they use to make it this modified thing, but it makes it safer for canning. So you'll see it in a lot of recipes for sauces like this one, which usually has that thicker, not goopy consistency, but you'll kind of know what I'm talking about, or apple pie filling or something like that. Usually you mix it kind of up with a liquid and pour it in, or you'll mix it in first with everything else before it started heating and heat it all up together. So I went ahead and mixed it in with part of my sugar, and I'll be adding that to that once this boils. It's kind of like that would be good, a pineapple salsa.
Heat in there?
Yeah, that's what I was like, I feel like I want to put heat in this, like jalapenos, but that's not what it is. So now that my mixture has been boiling for a little while here on the stovetop, I am going to add the rest of these ingredients. The recipe calls from 2 to 5 cups of sugar. I always like to start with the lowest amount of sugar that you have, so I'll start with 2 cups, give it a taste, and then move upward from there, depending on how I feel about it. So we'll start with 2 and then we'll give it a taste. So I think I'll probably add a little more soy sauce to this. I did have more pineapple than I believe the original recipe counted for, so it is considerably sweeter than I think it would normally be. I'm not going to be adding any more sugar though, for sure. But other than that, the flavor profile is really good. So now that my mixture is boiling again, I am going to go ahead and get these into the jars. We're leaving a 1/2 inch of headspace. Now that all my jars are filled, I'm going to go ahead and wipe the rims with some white vinegar. I'm going to make sure to wipe them really well because this stuff is fairly gooey and sticky. Now that my jar rims are clean, I'll go ahead and get my lids centered onto them and screw on the bands to fingertip tight. And then they're going into my water bath canner. Once it comes back up to a full rolling boil, I'll start a timer for 30 minutes. So my 30 minutes are up. I turned off the heat a couple minutes ago. I'll just go ahead and take these out and let them cool overnight. And then test to make sure that they've all sealed correctly by testing the top. If they don't pop, then they have sealed, and get them down on the shelves. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hopefully you find this recipe interesting and it's something that you'll enjoy at home. I'll have links to the recipe itself down below and the author who posted it in her blog, and I will also have a link to canning pineapple bits that you can use for snacks and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know down below, and thanks so much for watching.